బ్లూటూత్ ఉన్న పెట్టారా?
అంతే అదే ఏం లేదు సార్ కొంచెం హలో ఎక్కడున్నా
హలో all of you join. All of you join fast. So far only 25 students joined. Okay, during the last classes, we discussed about modes of heat transfer and the 3 laws of heat transfer. In the conduction, the law is Fourier's law of heat conduction. And in the convection, the law is Newton's law of cooling. In the radiation, the law is Stefan-Boltzmann law. And we have covered in the initial part of this first unit 3 modes of heat transfer. And after that, what are the laws? And conduction, convection, radiation. And after that, we have covered applications of discussion on applications of heat transfer in the last class. Number of applications are there in mechanical industry. The number of applications of heat transfer. So I have given the application part in the last class. So today we'll discuss the complete aspects of conduction. Next, second part of the first unit, conduction heat transfer. Conduction heat transfer in detailed way. The second part of the
రే
first
కోని
unit.
కోని ఒట్లో గొడవ జరుగుతుందిరా కోని
Hello, all of you mute your cell phones. Lot of disturbance is coming. Okay, I'll share the screen. No problem. Okay, na? I shared the screen now.
నా వల్ల మీకు ప్రాబ్లం అయితే నేను వెళ్ళిపోతామమ్మా నాకు వద్దు నేను పోతా
Okay. The second part of the first unit, conduction heat transfer. Conduction heat transfer. So here, so there are three derivations are there in this first part. So Fourier's law of heat conduction. The conduction, what is the law we have followed? Already explained in the earlier class. The law is Fourier's law of heat conduction. Fourier's law of heat conduction. Heat transfer is proportional to normal area and temperature gradient. And if you remove the proportionality constant K. That's why Q is equal to minus Ka dt by dx. That is the Fourier's law of heat conduction. Q is equal to minus Ka dt by dx. Already explained that law and we have solved one or two problems on that Fourier's law of heat conduction. So now we'll complete the heat conduction first. Conduction heat transfer. Conduction heat transfer in detailed way. And first topic, Fourier's law of heat conduction. But already given that Fourier's law of heat conduction in the earlier classes. What is that law? Fourier's law? Heat transfer rate is directly proportional to normal area and directly proportional to temperature gradient, that is dt by dx. Normal area A and Q is proportional to area and temperature gradient for a thickness of dx. That's why so Q is proportional to A into dt by dx. And if you remove the proportionality, then the proportionality constant is K. What is the K? Thermal conductivity of the given material. For example, if you take this material, solid material, steel, aluminum, copper, that is the material. So thermal conductivity, material property. So K is the thermal conductivity of the given material. And A is the normal area. And dt, temperature change, by dx, thickness of the material. So that is the Fourier's law of heat conduction. That has been discussed in the earlier classes. We have solved one or two problems on Fourier's law of heat conduction. Q is equal to minus Ka dt by dx, where K is the thermal conductivity, Q is the heat transfer rate in watts, K is thermal conductivity in watt per meter Kelvin, and A is the normal area in meter square. dt by dx, temperature gradient for a thickness of dx. Okay na? So change in temperature by thickness of the material. And minus, why have taken minus? So already temperature is decreases in the direction of the heat transfer. That's why, so that is temperature change is minus. So minus into minus will get the positive heat transfer rate. That's why minus Ka dt by dx. That is the Fourier's law of heat conduction. So initial topic in the second part of the first unit, Fourier's law of heat conduction, but that has been completed in the earlier classes. Next, second topic is three-dimensional heat conduction equation. Three-dimensional heat conduction equation in Cartesian coordinates, in cylindrical coordinates, in spherical coordinates. So here there are three important derivations you may come across in this conduction heat transfer. Three important derivations you may come across in this conduction heat transfer. The first one is three-dimensional heat conduction equation. Three-dimensional heat conduction equation in Cartesian coordinates. Three-dimensional heat conduction equation in Cartesian coordinates. Okay na? So three dimension means you have considered x direction, y direction, z direction. Heat conduction, heat is conducted through the material. So Cartesian coordinates, what are the Cartesian coordinates? As everybody knows in mathematics, from the mathematics, x, y, z are Cartesian coordinates in the direction of x, in the direction of y, in the direction of z. So if you heat any material, so you have to analyze three-dimensional heat conduction analysis. You have to analyze the three-dimensional heat conduction in all the directions, x direction, y direction, and z direction. So x, y, and z. So for this three-dimensional heat conduction equation in Cartesian coordinates, so you have to consider three directions, x direction, y direction, z direction. For this, for example, we are heating a steel rod and you are heating a copper rod, or you are heating the silver rod. Just for example, I'm telling the material, you are heating solid material. For this, you take a small elemental volume. So for the analysis of this three-dimensional heat conduction, so consider an elemental volume of dimensions dx, dy, dz. Okay na? So elemental volume. Take a elemental volume of dimensions x direction dx, y direction dy, z direction dz. So the sizes of the elemental volume dx into dy into dz. How do you find the volume of this element dx into dy into dz? Okay na? Now for this is the x direction, this is the y direction, this is the z direction, and heat entered at the left face of this elemental volume. Qx is the heat entry at the left face in the x direction. Qx plus dx, heat leaving from the right face of the element in the x direction. Qx plus dx. Similarly, Qy, heat entry at the bottom face in the y direction, and Qy plus dy, y plus dy heat leaving from the elemental volume at the top face in the y direction, in the y direction. And similarly, Qz, heat entry at this phase in the z direction. Q, this one, heat coming out from the z direction, Qz plus dz. Qz plus dz is the heat coming out from the elemental volume in the z direction. Qz is the heat entry into the elemental volume in the z direction. Qz plus dz is the heat coming out from the elemental volume in the z direction. So, and next, one more heat will be generated, Q generation, small q, Q generated, heat generated within the control volume. Q generated is the heat generated within the control volume or within the elemental volume of size dx into dy into dz. Okay, na? If you denote Q dot is the heat generation. Q dot is the heat generation per unit volume. Per unit volume. What is the total heat generation per a volume of dx into dy into dz? Total heat generated, Q generation, total heat generated is equal to Q dot into dx into dy into dz. So Q dot is the heat generated per unit volume, and Q generation is the total heat generated for a volume of dx into dy into dz. That's why total heat generated Q dot into dx into dy into dz. Why? Because the volume, total volume is dx into dy into dz. Okay, na? Now for this elemental volume, you have to analyze the energy balance. Energy balance. What are the heat entered? And what is the heat generation? And what is the increase in internal energy of the element per time, per unit time, per unit time. So heat entry Qx, heat entry Qy, heat entry Qz. So Q energy balance equation for this elemental volume of size dx into dy into dz, that is heat entry Qx plus Qy plus Qz, and also some heat is generated within the volume. That's why Qx plus Qy plus Qz plus Q generation. That is what is the total heat available for an elemental volume of dx, dy, dz. But that heat balance, energy balance, that heat is generally, if heat that is coming out in the x direction, Q x plus dx, and here heat coming out from the elemental volume in the y direction, Q y plus dy, and heat coming out Q z plus dz. That's why heat balance Qx plus Qy plus Qz plus Q generation is equal to Qx plus dx plus Qy plus dy, Qy plus dy plus Qz plus dz plus one more heat is there here. That is change in the internal energy. That also you have to take a, that is coming out from the elemental volume. That is dE, capital E, energy change per a time, unit time. So dE by dt, small t for time, E for capital E for energy. So change in the energy of the elemental volume. Heat energy. Energy means here heat energy only. So that much heat so is giving by this elemental volume coming out. That's also coming out. In the x direction, qx plus dx. In the y direction, qy plus dy. In the z direction, qz plus dz. And change in the internal energy or heat energy, capital E. That is change in energy per unit time. So change in time. So dE by dt. Okay. But so, but how to calculate change in the energy dE by dt? So heat transfer Q is equal to m into C into temperature difference d dou T by dou T or dt. For small change, you can take dou T is equal to dt. So dou T by dou capital T by dou small t. Capital T is temperature, small t is time. So mc into temperature difference for unit time. Heat transfer Q from the physics. How do you calculate? Mass into specific heat into temperature change per unit time. So mass, but how do you calculate mass? Rho is the density of the material. Rho is the density of the given material. If you multiply a rho with the volume, that is dx into dy and dz, then you will get the mass. So m, mass of the elemental volume, density into volume. So from the density equation, mass by volume, density rho is equal to mass by volume. From that relation, density rho is equal to mass by volume. From that relation, mass is equal to density into volume. Density into volume. Density rho into volume of the block, volume of the element of size dx, dy, dz. What is the volume? Dx into dy into dz. That's why if you multiply density rho with volume, you will get the mass. Mass is equal to density into volume. That is mass into C, specific heat of the material. C is the specific heat of this given material. That material may be steel, copper, or any other material, silver, or any asbestos sheet, or any other material. That's why, so heat transfer rate, change in heat transfer per unit time, dE by capital E, energy, change in energy per unit time, dt. That is equal to mass into, that is rho into dx into dy dz into specific heat C. C is the specific heat of the material into change in temperature by time. So dou T by dou small t, where capital T is the temperature, small t is the time. So that is the, so dou E by dou T or dE by dt. dE by dt. Equation rho into volume dx into dy and dz into specific heat C into temperature change per unit time. Okay na? Now, okay, how do you calculate Q generation? Heat generated per total heat generated. So Q dot is the heat generated per unit volume. So total heat generated Q dot into dx into dy into dz. That heat is available within the element. That's why heat entry or heat available in the volume, that is Qx plus Qy plus Qz plus Q generation. That much of heat is entered into the elemental volume. So what is the heat that is coming out? Heat energy balance. Energy balance means heat energy. Heat energy balance equation is Qx plus Qy plus Qz plus Q generation is equal to, what is the heat that is coming out from the elemental volume? That is Qx plus dx plus Qy plus dy plus Qz plus dz in all the three directions. Heat coming out from all the three directions, x direction, y direction, z direction. And what is the heat that is coming? If you heat, what is coming out? That is change in the heat energy per unit time, dE by dt. It is capital E, energy change per unit time. So that by using general formula heat transfer, Q is equal to m into C into delta T. From that you can calculate this dE by dt. Now, The energy quantities are given by Qx. But how do you calculate Qx? Heat entry at this phase. At this phase, heat entry Qx. Conduction heat entry. How do you calculate conduction heat transfer Qx? At the left phase of dimensions. This is dy. This is dz. So area dy into dz. Area of the left face, this face. Area of the left face. This dimension into this dimension. This is dy. This is dz. That's why Qx, heat conducted at the left face, Qx is equal to minus k. Because conduction heat transfer from the Fourier's law of heat conduction, Q is equal to minus k into area into dt by dx or dou t by dou x. Change in temperature per thickness of small thickness of x, dou x, minus k, thermal conductivity of the material here, and area dy into dz, left face area dy into dz, this length dz. So minus k into dy and dz into for a small thickness of, for a small thickness dou t, change in temperature, for a small thickness of dou x, dou x. That's why Qx is equal to minus k into area, normal area, dy dz into small change, temperature change for a small thickness of dou x here. That is dou t by dou x. Next, from the basic mathematics, if you know the heat conducted at the left face, what is the heat coming out at the right face? That is Qx plus dx. How do you calculate? So Qx plus dx is equal to Qx here, Qx plus for a distance of dx, Qx plus dou by dou x of Qx into, for small thickness, this is the value. For total thickness of dx, so this value at this value left face, Qx plus dou by dou x of Qx into total thickness dx, total thickness dx. That's why from the basic mathematics, if you know the Qx at the left face, how do you calculate Qx plus dx at the right face? Qx plus dx is equal to Qx plus dou by dou x of Qx into dx. Therefore, Qx plus dx is equal to Qx is minus k into dy into dz into dou t by dou x plus dou by dou x of here for this thickness of dx, dou by dou x of Qx, this Qx into for a distance of dx. That's why dou by dou x of Qx into dx. But what is Qx value? Already we have calculated at the left face of dimensions dy into dz minus k into dy into dz into dou t by dou x. That's why if you know the Qx value at the left face, what is the heat coming out at the right face in the x direction? In the x direction, that is Qx plus dx is equal to Qx, this Qx plus dou by dou x of Qx into dx. But what is the Qx value? This is the Qx value. Qx value, that is minus k into dy into dz into dou t by dou x, this value, plus dou by dou x of again Qx. What is the Qx value? Minus k into dy into dz into dou t by dou x. So this is small thickness of dou x, but total thickness dx at the right face. That's why into dx, into dx. Okay na? Now, similarly, Qy is equal to minus k here from the bottom face to top face, heat transfer in the y direction. Qy is the heat entry into the elemental volume. Qy plus dy is the heat leaving from the elemental volume in the y direction. So Qy, how do you calculate? Minus k. But what is the area of the bottom face? dx into dz, dx into dz into for a dou t by dou y in the y direction we are considering dou t by dou y, small change, temperature change for a small thickness of dou y. So if you know the qy at the bottom face, how do you find out qy plus dy at the top face? Qy plus dy is equal to qy plus dou by dou y of qy into for a total height of dy in the y direction. Y direction thickness is height or thickness is dy for a total height change into dy. That's why qy plus dy is equal to minus k qy minus k into dx into dz into dou t by dou y plus dou by dou y of qy, that is minus k into dx into dz into dou t by dou y and into dy into dy. Here dou t by dou y for total height of dy into dy into dy. So that is a heat energy entry in the y direction minus k dx into dy dz into dou t by dou y. Heat leaving from the elemental volume in the y direction qy plus dy is equal to minus k into dx into dz into dou t by dou y plus dou by dou y of minus k dx into dz into dou t by dou y and into dy. Similarly, qz in the z direction, heat entry into the elemental volume in the z direction. qz plus dz, heat coming out from the elemental volume from the or in the z direction, in the z direction. So qz, but how do you calculate qz? Minus k into area. Here what is the area? Dx into dy area. So this area dx, this length dx into this length dy. That's why qz is equal to minus k into this is dx minus k into dx into dy into dou t by dou z. Here dou t by dou t by dou z, dou t by dou z. So if you know the qz value at entry, and how do you calculate qz plus dz? That is equal to qz plus dou by dou z of qz into what is the thickness here? This thickness in the z direction, dz, length or dimension, dz. So qz plus dz is equal to qz plus dz is equal to, so qz plus dou by dou z of qz into dz. So qz value minus k into dx into dy into dou t by dou z plus dou by dou z of qz again minus k into dx into dy into dou t by dou z into finally into dz. Okay na? So these are the qx value, qx plus dx, qy value qy plus dy, qz value qz plus dz, and q generation already calculated, q dot plus q dot qz is q generation is equal to q dot into dx dy dz, and this dE by dt already I explained. dE by d is equal to, so rho, that is mass, rho into volume, rho into volume, dx into dy and dz into specific heat C into temperature change per unit time, dou T by dou capital T by dou small t. Now we are having all the values, qx value, qx plus dx value, qy value, qy plus dy value, qz value, qz plus dz value, and q generation value, this is q generation value, and dE by dt, this is a dE by dt value. Substitute all these into this energy balance equation. Substitute all the values of heat energies into the this energy balance equation. So if you substitute and simplify here, minus k into dy dz into dou t by dou x. Here qx plus d minus k into dy by dz dou t by dou x. So if you take that one left side, that this one get cancelled. This one get cancelled. Finally minus, so minus dou by dou x of this one k into dou y into dz into dx. But the common term, all this term, if you expand here, dx into dy into dz, that volume term is common. So after simplifying, after substituting all these values into this energy balance equation, after simplification and striking off the common parameters, and finally this equation becomes dou by dou x. Here dou by dou x minus becomes plus, and dou by dou x into dou t within the bracket k into dou t by dou y. Sorry, dou t by dou x, dou t by dou x plus dou by dou y. Here dou by dou y of k into dou t by dou y, k into dou t by dou y plus dou by dou z, dou by dou z of k into dou t by dou z plus here q dot, here dx dy dz get cancelled. So q dot is equal to, so here if you in the right side dE by dt, what is the by dy dt value? That is rho c into dx into dy dz dou t by dou small t. But here again dx dy dz get cancelled, and rho into c into dou t by dou small t. This is the final equation. So general three-dimensional heat conduction equation. This derivation is very, very important. You may get this derivation in the final exam. You may get this derivation in the final exam. That's why, so final equation, after substituting all the available values by considering the elemental volume of size dx into dy into dz, and if you can analyze heat transfer rates at the entry and exit in all the three directions, and heat generation within the control volume, and heat coming out from the control volume dE by dt. So if you substitute all the energy values in the energy balance equation, finally you'll get the general three-dimensional heat conduction equation is dou by dou x of k into dou t by dou x plus dou by dou y of k into dou t by dou y plus dou by dou z of k into dou t by dou z plus q dot is equal to rho into c into dou t by dou small t. Capital T temperature change, small t time. Now, generally, the thermal conductivity K may change depend upon the temperature. But if you consider K is constant throughout the material, for the constant value of thermal conductivity K, if you take the thermal conductivity common, if you assume the thermal conductivity K is constant, then dou by dou x of dou t by dou x, that is dou square t by dou x square plus dou square t by dou y square plus dou square t by dou z square plus q dot by dividing with k. Q dot by k is equal to rho c divided by k, because here k is common. We are taking out and dividing k common, and we are dividing the equation with k. Then the final equation dou square t by dou x of dou t by dou x, that is dou square t by dou x square, dou square t by dou x square plus dou square t by dou y square, dou y into dou y, dou square t by dou y square plus dou square t by dou z square, dou square t by dou z square plus q dot by dividing with k, q dot by k is equal to rho c by k dividing with k, rho c by k into dou t by dou small t. And the final equation dou square t by dou x square plus dou square t by dou y square plus dou square t by dou z square plus q dot by k is equal to rho c by k into dou t by dou small t. What is dou square t by dou x square? Change in temperature in the x direction. Dou square t by dou y square, the changes in the temperature in the y direction. Dou square t by dou z square, changes in the temperature, capital T temperature in the z direction. And q dot, heat generated per unit volume. What is q dot? Heat generated per unit volume. And K, thermal conductivity material. What is rho? Density of the material. What is C? Specific heat. C is the specific heat. And dou T by dou small t. Change in the temperature per time, small t. So the final equation, dou square T by dou x square plus dou square T by dou y square plus dou square T by dou z square plus q dot by k is equal to, so you can take the alpha, k by rho c. You give another definition. Alpha, you define alpha in such a way that alpha is equal to k by rho c. That's 1 by alpha. 1 by alpha into dou capital T by dou small t. Dou capital T by dou small t. 1 by alpha. Here we have defined alpha as k by rho c. Alpha is thermal diffusivity of the material. Thermal diffusivity of the given material. Solid material. That material may be, for example, copper, steel, aluminum, like that, silver, any other asbestos, like that. Okay, na? So final equation, dou square t by dou x square plus dou square t by dou y square plus dou square t by dou z square plus q dot by k is equal to 1 by alpha dou t by dou small t. This is a three-dimensional heat conduction equation, heat conduction only. Three-dimensional heat conduction equation in Cartesian coordinates, that is x, y, z, in Cartesian coordinates. Here we have defined one important parameter, alpha. How you have defined this alpha? K by rho c. Alpha is thermal diffusivity of the material. Thermal diffusivity of the material. K by rho c. K is thermal conductivity. Rho c is the heat capacity. Thermal heat capacity. Thermal heat capacity, rho c. So thermal conductivity by thermal heat capacity, that is alpha, the thermal diffusivity of the material. So this equation is known as Fourier-Biot equation. Dou square t by dou x square plus dou square t by dou y square plus dou square t by dou z square plus q dot by k is equal to 1 by alpha dou t by dou small t. This equation is known as Fourier-Biot, B-I-O-T, Fourier-Biot equation, initially developed by Fourier and Biot. That's why Fourier-Biot equation. But here important property of the material, thermal diffusivity alpha, K by rho c. K is the thermal conductivity of the material and rho c is thermal capacity of the material, thermal capacity. So thermal diffusivity is more and thermal heat transfer will be more. So larger the value of alpha, the faster heat will diffuse to the material. So alpha should be high. If alpha is high, then the heat transfer will be high. Otherwise, in other words, larger the value of alpha and K will be more, rho c will be less. If thermal conductivity is high, automatically heat transfer is very fast. So larger the value of alpha, very, very important here. Standard 2 marks question, what is the importance of thermal diffusivity of the material? So the larger value of alpha, the faster heat will diffuse through the material. For that, high value of K is required, which would indicate a rapid energy transfer rate. So energy transfer, heat transfer, if you want to go for high heat transfer, high value of K is required. High value of K, which would indicate a rapid heat energy transfer rate. Low value of thermal heat capacity, rho C, would mean that less of energy moving through the material would be absorbed. Less of energy moving through the material will be absorbed. Less energy is absorbed and more energy is transferred and used to raise the temperature of the material. Thus, more energy will be available for further heat transfer. So, rho C is less heat will be absorbed and more energy is available for heat transfer. Thus, more energy will be available for further heat transfer. That's why, so in order to have high heat transfer rate, thermal diffusion should be high. Whenever thermal diffusion should be high, whenever K is high, thermal alpha is high. And K should be high, rho C should be less. If rho C is less, so energy absorption is less and energy heat transfer is more. Heat transfer is more. Very, very important point. Very, very important point here. So what is the importance of thermal diffusivity of the material? Very, very important. Alpha. You can denote thermal diffusivity with a Greek symbol alpha. How do you calculate thermal diffusivity? K by rho C. Alpha is equal to K by rho C. Thermal conductivity K. Rho C is the thermal heat capacity of the material. So in order to have high transfer rate, K should be high, rho C should be low. So low value of thermal heat capacity would mean that less of the energy moving through the material will be absorbed. Less energy will be absorbed and more energy transfer, heat transfer takes place. And that used to raise, that energy is used to raise the temperature of the material. Thus, more energy will be available for further heat transfer. For further heat transfer. Very, very important. These points are very, very important. So, and if you find out the units of alpha, then with the alpha of the units of K, units of density rho, units of heat, units of specific heat C, then what are the units of alpha are meter square per second. The units of thermal diffusivity, meter square by second. So if you take alpha is equal to K by rho C, K units watt per meter Kelvin, density unit kg by meter cube. So K by rho C. So watt per meter Kelvin K, density kg per meter cube into specific heat joule per kg Kelvin, joule per kg Kelvin. So this kg get cancelled, Kelvin get cancelled, and watt joule per second. What is watt? Joule per second by meter divided by joule per meter cube. Joule per meter cube. If we simplify this one, so joule by second into meter cube by joule. So joule get cancelled. Here meter is there and here meter cube is there, and 1 m get cancelled, and this becomes meter square. That's why meter square by second. The units of thermal diffusion alpha. The units of thermal diffusion alpha are meter square per second. Very, very important. Thermal diffusivity alpha can be calculated by using the formula K by rho C. K by rho C. And K is thermal conductivity. Rho C is the thermal heat capacity. And if you substitute the units of K, units of density, units of specific heat, and here, and if you simplify, the units of thermal diffusivity alpha are, the units of thermal diffusivity alpha are meter square per second. Very, very important point. All of you remember and listen carefully and remember, all of you practice this derivation. You may get this derivation in your exam, final exam or any mid exams. So this is a three-dimensional heat conduction equation in Cartesian coordinates. Cartesian coordinates x, y, z. And after that, this is the final equation. Dou square t by dou x square plus dou square t by dou s square plus dou square t by dou z square plus q dot by k is equal to 1 by alpha dou capital T by dou small t. Small t time capital T temperature. And here alpha we defined thermal diffusivity, ratio of thermal conductivity and thermal diffusivity is the ratio of thermal conductivity and thermal heat capacity. Thermal heat capacity, K by rho C. And units of units of thermal diffusivity alpha are meter square per second. So like that, we can derive this heat conduction equation in Cartesian coordinates. Now, next, tomorrow we'll complete this second part, that is general heat conduction equation in cylindrical coordinates. In the cylinder, again, there are three coordinates. Radius of the cylinder, If you take the cylinder, the radius, the angle, phi angle, and z direction, z. So three dimensions of the cylinder: radius of the cylinder, angle phi, and vertical dimension z, r comma phi comma z. So that we'll discuss in the next class. Tomorrow we'll discuss the three-dimensional heat conduction equation in cylindrical coordinates. Three-dimensional heat conduction equation in cylindrical coordinates, that we'll be discussing tomorrow. Okay, na? That's about today's class. Today's class we discussed three-dimensional heat conduction equation in Cartesian coordinates. Cartesian coordinates. Okay, na? So that's all for today. Anybody having any doubt? Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. All of you practice this derivation. Three-dimensional heat conduction equation, Cartesian coordinates. You'll be getting this derivation either Cartesian coordinates, cylindrical coordinates, or spherical coordinates. Okay. That's all for today. Thank you very much.
Sir, PDF share చేయండి sir.
Okay. Okay, I'll share that PDF. Okay, any doubt? So I'm closing.